So, what is Qingming?
Qingming is when Chinese people pray for our ancestors, and we bring some food and some drinks and maybe some alcohol and cigarettes, and we put them on their grave because we think we should take good care of our ancestors. Because if we don't do that, they will become kind of ghosts and do some bad things to the living.
So, what are the main activities from Qingming Festival?
So the main activity from the Qingming Festival, it's literally our family gathering together and got up early, climb the mountain we call hiking, or in Chinese we call taqing. And I think flying kite is a main activities. Although we do like tom sweeping, praying in front of our ancestors' grave. Yeah, I think that's it.
Qingming Festival, also known as Pure Brightness Festival or Tomb Sweeping Day, is known as one of the important festivals throughout the Chinese history books and life. I grew up with the knowledge and the experience of the Tomb Sweeping Day. Every year, I attend the festival with my family. Therefore, it influenced me a lot, and even influenced me as building my own personality. It also has a huge influence to every cities in the country. At Qingming Festival, young and old pray before the ancestors, sweep the tombs and offer food and libations to the ancestors. The rites are very important to most Chinese and especially farmers. Many believe that if the ancestors' spirits are not properly cared for, they will become hungry ghosts that can cause trouble for the living. There are various activities for Qingming Festival. The most popular ones, such as tomb upkeep and repair, spring outing, kite flying, and putting willow branches on the gates, have been an important part of this festival since the beginning. People often participate in the sport to ward off the cold and in anticipation of the arrival of spring. The festival integrates both reverence and fun through its customs.
Although the scholars have different perspectives on the actual reason of this festival, there is only one mainly accepted theory hold the thought that the festival was actually established by Chong'er, the Duke Wen of Jing, during the spring and autumn period. His retainer Jie Zitui has always following him by his side, proving his loyalty without any hesitation. The legend has said that Jie saved his starving lord's life by serving a piece of his own leg. When the lord succeeded in becoming a ruler of a small principality, he invited his faithful follower to join him. However, Jie declined his invitation, preferring having a hermit's life with his mother in the mountains. Believing that he could force Jie out by burning the mountain, the Lord ordered his men to set the forest on fire. To his consternation, Jie chose to remain in the mountain and was burned to death. To commemorate Jie, the Lord ordered all fires in every home to be put out on the anniversary of Jie's death. Thus began the Cold Food Fest, a day when no food could be cooked since no fire could be lit. The Cold Food Festival occurs on the eve of Qingming Festival, and is often considered as part of it. As the time passed, the Qingming Festival replaced the Cold Food Festival. Whatever practice is observed, the basic observation of Qingming is to remember one's elder by making a special effort to visit their graves, ashes, or ancestors' tables, to make the visit even more meaningful. Some time should be spent to let young generation of family members know ancestors' past struggles and contributions, and the story of Jie Zitui who chose death over capitulation.
Qingming Festival is when Chinese people traditionally visit their family tombs and sweep their tombstones. For over 5,000 years, the Chinese imperials, nobility, and merchants have gathered together to remember the lives of their departed relatives by commonly praying for their ancestors. In the uniquely Chinese concept of the afterlife, they offer the memories of their ancestors when they were living. It is currently celebrated on either April 4 or April 5 of the Gregorian calendar. From those dates, temperatures and rainfalls in China begins to rise exponentially. Therefore, this festival has a strong relationship with agriculture. Nowadays, however, the festival is resumed in paying respect to the dead and enjoying the spring outing. The festival involves various activities, such as stump cleaning, family reunions, and flying kites. In the past, locals will practice their traditional costumes due to the festival is a combination of celebrating happiness and honoring the departed ones. During the festival, people will eat some special foods only eaten at those dates. The food may be different from city to city. For instance, people will normally eat Qing Tai Yi, but as mentioned before, it may be different from place to place. So at the south-north part of China, people will often eat some kind of deep fried cake called fried dough twist. But at the north part of China, people eat sangao. But normally, they will just eat the Qing Tai Yi that is eaten on those activities.
Qingming Festival had a huge impact to me and my family, just like it had to other millions of families around China. For almost every year, our family members gathering together and prepare for tomb sweeping. We all got up early since we do not want to waste our time at that day. As I can remember, the weather was sprinkled almost every time when it comes to Qingming, so people in town were carrying the umbrella when they went out to the street. But that way, a sense of sadness and sentimental feeling are created. But the feeling was not just because of the weather, it also was the emotion bonded between each of the family members, which caused by the missing of the departed. In the Qingming, people tend to have the strongest emotion feeling, which establishes a constant sadness atmosphere at that day, because that day, nothing else but long for the past one. I feel like Qingming Festival was bonding the relationship of each others in my family. How can I say that? Or what's the meaning of that? By spending time on Qingming Festival with my family, we kneel down and pray before our ancestors' grave and beseech them to bless their families. We share our emotion together. We do not feel shy or embarrassed when we say love to each other in my family. In the eye of the ancestor, we grieve for the departed and therefore cherish the alive. We feel grateful to having each other. Therefore, our relationship bonding more and more powerful. Even though I cannot go back to my country and having the tomb sweeping day with my family constantly, but I can always feel the emotion far away from my home. I will always miss my family and pray for them at Qingming Festival, no matter where I am.
Some traditions of the Qingming have brought some problems. For example, traffic jams, air pollution, or even forest fires caused by firecrackers and paper money burning. In the Hanzhou in eastern Zhejiang province in China, healthcare workers have seen a rise in the number of patients admitted into hospital after breathing in large amounts of toxic smoke from burning joss paper. Joss paper is the name of sheets of paper or items crafted from a paper, such as clothes, cars, or even mobile phones, that are burned as an offering to the dead. Some colorful joss paper, however, contains lead, tin, and other metals that, when burned, emits poisonous smoke. Unlike traditional joss paper, modern papers offerings are breaking traditional patterns by supporting colorful paintings that emits poisonous smoke. To fix this issue, the festival is starting to take some kind of a greener Qingming campaign, where people are encouraged to do online tomb sweeping or burn less or no more paper money.
In conclusion, the Qingming Festival is also known as the Tomb Sweeping Day. It's when the Chinese people go give respect to their dead ancestors on April 4th through April 5th. They gather around their ancestors' gravesite, eat, drink, and have activities and wear traditional costumes. This festival was finally finalized in the Tang Dynasty. Today, this festival is still recognized by people all around the world. Tomb Sweeping Day is one of the most important and popular ways to show their respect to their dead ancestors.
So, what did you learn from Qingming Festival?
Well, I learned the Qingming Festival is totally different from the traditional customs, especially for me that I'm from Brazil, such as I learned that Chinese culture have put a lot of effort and time to honor their beloved ones and their departed ones.
So, what did you learn from Qingming Festival?
I learned that the Qingming Festival is different from my culture because for Americans, we have funerals for the people that die. And every year, the day they die, we go Lego balloons, give flowers. But in Qingming, they have a certain day where they go to the gravesite, put flowers, and communicate and have dinner with their family.
Yeah.